Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Tokyo These Days, Volume 3. Fascinating finale. It's by Taiyo Matsumoto. And wraps up the series. How do I describe this? So it is very meta. It's a manga about creating a manga. And this third volume wraps up the series, and I'm not going to spoil it how it wraps up, but it is one that definitely I think will have you sitting and contemplating all three volumes. I'm still not quite sure what I think. I definitely lean towards the, oh, this is brilliant and fantastic stuff. It's just one of those of, going into real detail and describing why it's difficult. It's meta in that it's a manga about creating manga. It's a manga that is, attempting to be brilliant and amazing, talking about a bunch of creators who've kind of burnt out and are trying to kind of maybe recapture that fire and that excitement, including the editor who's bringing them all together. Does it happen? Does it not happen? Is it successful? Is it not successful? That's all for you to find out by reading it. But it's a really interesting volume as well, in that the art style changes up a little bit here and there. It's just really kind of a slice of life manga about creating manga. It's the best way of describing it. The conflicts are all emotional and interpersonal. It keeps you on the edge as to whether or not this production is going to be a success. It's one of those of really talking about art for art and recognizing brilliance and capturing capturing the excitement of what was. It's a really interesting read. And I think it underneath it all, I think it really is a manga about commercial versus independence, that fire versus that being burnt out and just getting that check. And then the other is just, I think, just rolling the dice and going for it. It's a very, very interesting read. There's chapter 17 and then a final chapter. It goes up to chapter 23, and then the final chapter is 24, over 200 pages. As I said, the art changes up, which I think is really kind of interesting. There's at least 3 styles in it, I would say. And to me, it's really intriguing, and it's one where I kind of want to sit back and read all 3 and really read all 3, and get a better sense of it all, just because I think there's such a interesting shift, and this really kind of introduces more creators and sits down with a lot of them, and it's just fascinating. It's a really interesting read about that excitement and just having that fire. And I think that with some creators I've talked to who've done the we're gonna create the greatest thing ever, and just it never happens like that. There's that excitement, and then there's just getting things done, and it's just, there's a lot to it. I'm just on the edge of the comic industry, and I feel connected to this. There's some really interesting things to it, and I'm sure for those who really know the inside out of manga, there's a lot to it. But yeah, I mean, it's a fascinating read. I fully expect this to be on a lot of best of lists, and it'll be deservedly so. You can go get this. I recommend it. It is out in shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell the comic shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you. And it's just watching our videos, support us as always, so thank you for that. If you're into manga, if you're into comics, check us out every day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Till next time, keep reading that manga, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.